the last trend in the zeitgeist is participation. And so you guys are all born digital, and I'm sure you're all, social media all the time and what have you, so this is going to be like a duh for you. But to those of us over 30, or even a little bit over 30, this has been an education that I have to do for my clients and even my colleagues a lot. And as a matter of fact, from late 2004 to 2006, I was at a company that does what they now call online listening, which is we do quantitative research into consumer-generated content. In other words, looking for patterns and data of what people put online, and I was very lucky to be in that position at that time. It was the year that the blog was introduced, Web 2.0, that term was coined. I spoke at the first WOMA, Word of Mouth Marketing Association, the worst name ever, the first WOMA conference, and I've been talking about that since then, of this idea of participatory marketing, like getting people involved, making them do something. And so, the cool thing about being in this participation age is it's this new media ecosystem. You guys know all about that. This is really important to our political people. They don't control the message anymore. It's like this, this huge thing, and it's really all about framing and trying to respond to the conversation. The cool thing for us who don't want to work on politics is it's democratized influence. So now just an average person can have a voice. If they find out something and they blog about it or they spread it to their friends, you have influence in a way that you didn't have before, and it really empowers people to take action. So going back to that first slide and our dorky little report that we had, where we said you should let people create content and you should let them do stuff. Well, that's what people are doing now. Blah, blah, blah. A bunch of statistics that you guys probably all know, but Pew is a really good source for this kind of stuff if you ever need it. In 2009 already, and it's exploded in 2010, 1 in 10 Americans posted something for other people to see. That's huge. 10% of America contributing to national conversation, or talking about a brand, or talking about their friends, or sharing their life, or recommending a movie, or blah, 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 what have you. It's really affected news quite a bit, as I've mentioned. And I'm sure that you've all read too, your grandparents are on Facebook now. I know it's scary, it's time to leave Facebook. But this past spring, Facebook or social media generally amongst internet users 50 and older nearly doubled. And age 65 and over grew 100%. 26% of people over 65 are involved in social media. That's a quarter. That's a lot. That's everybody. So this is a really big deal. This is why the other part of the assignment that I gave you for the UN Girl Up thing is to use social media entirely, because oftentimes we don't have big paid media budgets to be able to put stuff out. We have to be very, very smart about how we're going to spread the word and get people involved. And so thank God for social media. So this, I'll show you. I promise, I'm like an old weepy lady now. It won't make me cry anymore. But so this was one of the cases that they shared at the UN Mashable conference. And I'll give you a little bit of background and then I'll play it. So the UN in 2000 set a number of millennial development goals that by certain years there were 8 areas they identified that they were going to have very targeted plans against, working with lots of people to make the world safer and healthier. And so one of them is malaria. It's simply a preventable disease. There's millions of children die from malaria every year, and it's just simply unnecessary. So this has been one of the areas that the Gates Foundation has really focused on, because a $10 insecticide bed net can literally save a life. Like, it's as simple as that. So there's a lot of other problems that are very complicated. This one is actually fairly simple. And so they wanted to eradicate malaria by 2010, and they almost got there, and they're just short of the goal now. So in sort of the 11th hour, in an effort to meet that goal, the World Bank actually promised if you achieve a certain level of awareness, and they got this, what they call Tweet Envoy together, we will give $200 million to buy bed nets. And so what the Tweet Envoy was, and this is a very, very smart use of social media. I'm also a WAMI judge, Word of Mouth Marketing Awards judge, and we just did this in DC last week, and a lot of the papers I read, it's like, yeah, you did social media, like you created a Facebook fan page, and you Twittered, and they didn't really have a strategy. What was very, very smart about this case is they developed this Tweet Envoy where they identified the most followed tweeters. So from Ashton Kutcher to Ariana Huffington, the Gates Foundation, it was just a wide range of people. Eva Longoria, who knew, she's so followed. And they made a commitment, the World Bank had them make a commitment that if they would tweet about malaria once a month for a year, that they would contribute $200 million. And so here's what's happened. The other thing that I'll mention before you see this is something really cool and spontaneous happened, which is one of the tweeters, and I forget the dude's name, he has a photo booth site, wrote "Malaria No More" in his hand and took a picture of it and put that up, and thousands of other people did the same thing. They wrote "Malaria No More" in their hand and they posted their pictures.
I will be king, and you will be queen. Though nothing will drive us away, how we can be heroes just for one day. How we can be us just for one day. I can remember standing by the wall, and the guns shout above our heads, and we kiss as though nothing could fall. And the shame was on the other side. Oh, we can beat them forever and ever, and we can be heroes just for one day.
So they reached in 4 months 174 million people through this tweet envoy. You can't achieve those kind of GRPs through paid media. So some lessons from this. First of all, kindness is cool right now, actually. Kindness is cool. And the other thing that I would say to you, as much as it's good to be cool, what we can learn from that too is that pragmatism is cool. So nobody wants to hear a bunch of idealistic platitudes. People want actual solutions, because we are in the 11th hour in this world right now. Don't mean to be a Debbie Downer, but we are marching towards the precipice. And what people are really responding to are pragmatic solutions. So a $10 bed net saves a life, simple as that. And that was something that people could get behind and send their $10 and what have you.